What if I told you you can expect a lot more from the Metal Gear Solid series? And we have so much to uncover today. We're going to be taking a deep dive into a couple of news, but also the brand new expectations that you should have for the series. But before we do, we got a special commentary by the legendary, the greatest voice actor in video game history, David Hayter. This was a special treat to see. I want you guys to go ahead and enjoy this quickly.
Critics called the game innovative, a cinematic classic, even the best video game ever made. The sequels received equally widespread acclaim, ultimately growing into a franchise that has reshaped the gaming world. I hope you're ready. This is only the beginning. Critics called the game innovative, a cinematic classic.
Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Quick little overlap there, but David Hayter telling you that you are only seeing the beginning. And this is a very important small hint, and it's only the beginning. Okay, we just got the Masters Collection Volume 1, which you're looking at a trailer for some of the games in it. It has 12 in total, 5 of the official Metal Gear canon games, and then a bunch of other spin-offs and extra content as well that we have some videos about, but we're not here to talk about the Master Collection specifically. I just wanted to point out that this is the beginning of what Konami, I believe, is going to be creating an avalanche of Metal Gear content for the fans, whether you're new or you're like me, a veteran who loves the series and thinks it's the greatest of all time. Can be very excited about it as we go forward from here. So, with that out of the way, I wanted to talk about today's main topic is not just that video, but we're going to talk about Konami's current expectations, and we want to go down the rabbit hole a little bit. So, if you don't mind, stick around and let's dive into it. First and foremost, Konami dropped the Master Collection recently. They just dropped Ascension for Silent Hill. But if we're going to be honest here, the main game that we will be wanting to see the most is Silent Hill 2, the remake that we're watching a quick trailer of. They have about 4 other Silent Hill projects that they announced, but this one right here is expected early 2024. Of course, guys, don't quote me on that. Sometimes dates change and things like that, depending on the development. I personally don't mind when a game gets delayed if the quality's good when it releases. No rushing a game and trying to make sure it's perfect. And Silent Hill was a great series, and it looking like it's going to be making a strong comeback. There's multiple games in the works. They announced all of them, from Silent Hill F, Ascension that just released. You have the remake and more. So let's hope that this series can get the love and appreciation that we've had for it, and we'll continue to, watch that development and bring it to you guys. But the point is, it's exciting times. Now, with that out of the way, there is a new game for Contra, and if you know the traditional Contra side scroller run and gun, this is the original run and gun game. I mean, literally in gaming, it's the biggest run and gun game of all time. In its time, it helped pioneer this type of play to the next level, and it's just been needing the return of its traditional play. This game has 4 players. It is also due in the first quarter of 2024. And don't worry, guys, we are going to talk about the Metal Gear series. I wanted to take a pause and talk about these games specifically because this is kind of the blueprint of what we can expect from Konami. Okay, so Contra is coming out, and this is a more traditional Contra. If you're one of those guys who wanted the real deal Contra, this is it right here. Okay, and last but not least, Super Bomberman 2 released recently as well, and this is another one of their big IPs And I actually have a review. You can go check the descriptions for my live stream of playing this. I tend to play and try out all the classics that I've enjoyed and see what the new iterations feel like and play like. And the point is, they're coming back to releasing consistently and having multiple titles on the run as we go forward. And that's going to lead me into your expectations from the trailer that we just finished watching of David Hayter. And we'll take a quick look at it. This time, we're not going to listen to the audio, but want to kind of break down what exactly you should be expecting from this as you see David Hayter explaining this is only the beginning. And sure, it's a promotion for the collector's edition. It's called Volume 1 for a reason. I do believe Volume 2 is there, and we have a video about that. But the point is, when David Hayter speaks, you listen. And he just explained this is only the beginning, okay? So that is critical for us as fans and people who love the series. And so, yes, expect a part 2. And we're not going to get into what you can expect from that, because this video is actually not even about the Masters collection, right? All of this speculation and conversation just to get into the remake for a second as well. So the remake, the question here is, when does this release? And this is the big deal for us, right? Early of next year sounds like a master plan timing. It would be the best time, but the question is, are they prepared for it? It looks like visually the game is set. The question is gameplay wise. And this is where I want to take you down the rabbit hole of expectations on the near future. The Game Awards will have trailers, of course, reveals, and they did help bring this game to the light. So I'm assuming we're going to get more announcements there for the gameplay. All right. And that is literally a month away. So we're not too far off to be able to see the gameplay. And once we see the gameplay, I can guarantee you this will come with some kind of official release date information. Okay. Because we know the way the industry is working now. Within the year of showing the content, games studios want to release their games. So it's important to understand that that is the general expectations for games to be released. So I'm guaranteeing it next year, but the question is it going to be before April? If not, it will end up being in September of 2024. So that's my expectations. But in between the meantime, we're sitting in November. There's going to be Game Awards. There's going to be releases. And Konami works on their own pace at their own time. So you can expect the brand new Snake Eater content to be continuously flowing and to get put out there. Now, last but not least, and this is where I just wanted to go through the content of what Konami's dropping. We just saw that the Silent Hill series has gotten way too many titles, right? And then we've seen other games also get collector's edition and different releases as well from Konami. So I do expect them to be working on a second project. And this is where I'm going to leave it to the comment section to tell me what you expect the next game to be. Is it another remake for one of their classics? That is the easy way to go. The first 4 games can be remade. Snake Eater is actually the 5th game in the series as far as the canon goes. So all the first 4 games can be remade easily. And that would be a success, in my opinion, for people who want to play the retro games and not deal with older mechanics and things like that and older visuals. But now hear me out, guys. What about a brand new story? And we're going to look at the trailer for the Masters Collection just to kind of go down memory lane. We get to play as Solid Snake, we get to play as Raiden, and we get to play as Big Boss. These are 3 main characters that are playable in the game, and their storylines are so deep that we never get to see every story, but we hear it within the game's backstory and conversations. What would it be like for Konami to go ahead and make one of those games? It's the question. Now, will you receive that well? I don't know. Will they do something special, which would be introducing another playable character instead of Solid Snake, instead of Big Boss, instead of Raiden? That'll be another question. And that is something I personally prefer, because we don't want to ruin what we have as far as the lore. With a new character, you can kind of create new stories and add in some of the legendary characters into the series. But that's just my opinion. Doesn't mean that that's the only thing I want. Of course, I wanted the boss's story, which she's so legendary. I mean, Gray Fox is another good character. There's so many characters. Ocelot is one of my all-time favorite characters in all of gaming. And, you know, there's so many characters they can go. But the question is what you expect when it comes to the brand new games. So with that in mind, I'm curious to see, and this is right here is very heavy speculations, is that next year we're not going to just get Snake Eater. We will be getting some awesome, very cool, brand new game. Whether it's another remake, whether it's a brand new storyline, of course, the Masters Collection for next year could also easily be released. The way they did the first one, it's pretty much just porting everything into one collection. So they can easily do that again and give us the rest of the series, which is something I made a video about. So that's what this video is about, just kind of giving you some expectations on what I think will be coming because of David Hayter and the way that he, you know, specifically explained himself, saying this is only the beginning. And I mean, that's a lot to say for fans like us who we dissect everything. I'm just super excited, guys. And I know, you know, this video is more speculation of what's to come. I kind of give you guys a quick summary of what Konami's been doing and what they're doing announced already and what should be coming as well with these announcements. So you let me know. All right, did David Hayter's trailer really excite you? It's a 30-second trailer we're gonna watch here before the end. If that was enough to hype you up to make a video like I just did, then please leave it in the comments and let's talk about it. Appreciate you guys. I hope I earned your likes, subscribes. We appreciate you guys out there. Have a beautiful day. Peace. Oh, by the way, it's only the beginning. Go watch another trailer right now while you can. Show support for the channel. Metal Gear Explained out.